Are you respectful? Do you respect yourself? Do you respect others? That's what we're going to talk about today on Thoughts That Can Change Your Life. Hi, I'm Reverend Lee. And I love coming together with you each and every day to explore ideas and how they relate to creating a more fulfilling life, how to live a life that is full of love. And the thing that came to me today is respect. Do you respect yourself? Are you making choices that are in your best interest? Or are you pleasing others? Do you give up your ability to choose because you respect someone outside of yourself more than you respect yourself? That's a really good way to look at it, isn't it? Do you respect someone else more than you respect yourself? If the answer is yes, then we've got a lot of work to do, because it all starts with self-respect. It all starts with self-love. That's what self-love is about. Self-respect, self-worth, self-esteem. And you see, this whole thing that we've been sort of brainwashed, we've been conditioned, we've been domesticated to believe that focusing on self is a bad thing. Focusing on self is not a bad thing. Focusing on self is a bad thing if you do it at the expense of others. In other words, when I focus on loving myself, respecting myself, that means I'm also respecting everyone else's rights that are in my life, that I come in contact with. So if I believe that I need to respect myself and make decisions in my life that are aligned with my highest values and what I want to experience life, I have to respect the right of everyone else to make their own individual decisions that are in their best interest. Here's a key thing. I don't know what their best interests are. I truly don't. You never know what's in the best interest of anyone else. You only know your own perspective. And then when you're looking at them through your perspective, you're judging them. You're actually judging them. You're not in love, you're in judgment. So you see, love, judgment, respect, there's an interwoven relationship here. Love is free. What does it mean to be free? To be non-judgmental. Free is to respect everyone, because if you respect everyone, you give them the right to make their own choices. Guess what? You're not imprisoned by the ideas of what you want them to be. There's so much happening in the world today that I find interesting. And what's happening in the world today is we're being asked to be a certain way. We're being asked, you can't say this. You've got to say this. You've got to say it this way, that way. If you say that, you'll hurt someone's feelings. When are we going to respect ourselves enough so that we don't let someone else's words hurt us? I think that's a really good question to ask. Because we let people's words hurt us. You've got to be kidding me. Maybe I'm just out of touch. Maybe I'm just too isolated. But ever since I was a little kid, I learned, I don't know why, I learned not to care what other people thought about me. Now, do I think I was perfect all the time about not caring? No, I don't. But I think there was always in me this rebel, this idea within me that I didn't have to be and listen and get other people's approval. Even in high school, I didn't play with one group. I danced with a bunch of groups. I actually messed around with people that I liked, and they didn't have to be a part of one group or the other. I'm that way today. I'm not part of a group. I hang with people that I feel comfortable with, that I respect and respect me back. It makes relationships so much easier when you're in respectful relationship. Isn't that what you want most? If you feel respected, do you feel safe? That's a really good question. When I feel respected, I feel safe. When I feel safe, I feel free to be authentically me. Isn't that the greatest thing that we want, is to be our authentic selves? I sort of think so. We're about to enter in, this next week is the week of Thanksgiving here in the United States. I find it interesting that we have a day for Thanksgiving. I think every day should be Thanksgiving. I think every moment should be Thanksgiving. One of my affirmations every day is I live in gratitude for everything in my life, knowing that life is always in balance. Think about that. If you knew that life was always in balance, you could be grateful for everything, because there's always both sides to everything. Yeah. There's a great aspect about being single. There's a great aspect about being in relationship. And then there's the other side about being single, and the other side of being in relationship. There's not one right way to be that's perfect. The one way that is perfect that we could be, but we can't, is to be in balance all the time. But it's difficult to be in balance because we live in a world of contrast. And contrast gives us the experience of life, and that's why we're here. So balance is a rare moment. Balance is the pure moment of love. Balance is the pure moment of connection. Balance is the pure moment of being at one with all that is. And I have moments of that, and I'm sure you do too, in meditation. It's the greatest place to find it. I'm just noticing my energy today it's a different energy than I normally have. I'm very calm today. I'm not as fired up as I normally am. Just doing that just sends goosebumps through me. When I was at a gathering last night with Guruji Krunamaya, he's here from India, and I was at the gathering of about 50 people in a home with him. And Guruji was talking. He says, Lee is an incredible speaker because he can take one little point and he can make it get bigger and bigger and bigger, and he can create stories on it and that. And I just sat there and smiled. I said, thank you for that acknowledgement. I can. And I wonder why my sons are master embellishers. Oh, they got it from their dad. Isn't that great? Well, today I've got a great talk planned for my Sunday celebration service. It'll be 10:30. I apologize for last week. Last week, I put it out there. I had it scheduled. Instead of AM, I put PM. So guess what's the electronics, internet, whatever. I'm there. I got it ready to go. But I screwed up. So I respect the fact that I can screw up. And I can respect the fact that I'm worthy of forgiveness. Do you see that? Respect everything. Be in non-judgment. Look in the mirror. Look yourself in the eyes and say to yourself, Richard, I respect you. Kai, I respect you. Moniqua, I expect you. Zach, I respect you. Nilda, I expect you. Rodney, I expect you. Keshev, I expect you. Barbara, I respect you. And see how that feels. I want you to know I respect you and I love you because I accept you just like you are. Go create a magnificent day, you beautiful people. Until next time, aloha.